Before this video starts, I am giving away a game pass. All you need to do is like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment down below with your Roblox username and which pass you would like, and I'll be drawing the winner in my next video. Hello and welcome to a prospecting video. Today we're going to be talking about runes. So today I am going to be showing you what I think is the best rune builds in the game. Now there is two rune builds I'm going to show you. There is a full luck rune build, and then my favourite, which is a speed luck rune build. So you can either go with the full luck rune build and have the most luck possible, or you can use the speed luck rune build and have speed paired with luck. But first we are going to speak about what every rune in the game does and how to get them. Because if you didn't know what runes are, if you head into your equipment tab and then click this little purple button here called runes, you will see a bunch of slots that are open. Now you won't see all of 5 slots unless you're level 40, because to have 5 rune slots you need to be level 40. So you have 1 at level 1, you have 2 at level 10, you have 3 at level 20, and 4 at level 30, and then 5 at level 40. Now, I know not all of you are going to be level 40. Most of you are going to be around 20 to 30. So I'm going to specialise the builds and show you a full 5 rune slot build, and then what you can do if you've only got 3 to 4 slots as well. So this is basically going to be a rune build video for everyone. Obviously, the most powerful rune builds will be the full 5 runes, but you can get away with only using 3 or 4 and still be very OP with the build. But first, I do want to mention what every rune in the game is and what they do. So there is currently 13 runes in the game, and these are the runes. So we're just going to look at the sky and then show this picture. So the reason I'm looking at the sky is so you can see it more clearly. So you can get Speed 1. You can get Explorer, Equalizer, Sunblessed, Critical 1, Critical 2, Volcanic, Solitude, Mountain Climber, Summit Seeker, Discovery, Abyssal, and Purity. So all of these runes do their own special ability. So let's say Speed 1, you gain +2 walk speed. And then if you go with like Critical 1, you get 20% chance to gain 2 times strength while digging. So that is actually pretty good. Then you can get ones like Discovery, which gives you a 50% chance for undiscovered ores. So that's a really good one if you haven't got a certain mythic or exotic or legendary that you're looking for. So that is a must-have rune. But I'm not going to be using that one in my builds today, because these are the builds that you want to work towards. And you want to kind of just swap out Discovery for one of the items if you want to use Discovery, because it is very good. So I'll leave all of these in the comments down below. I'll make myself a comment, write all these in and pin it so you can have a look down below more clearly, because obviously it's not the very best quality on the video. So if you do need help getting all the runes, then that's how you get them, and that's what they do, and that's the name of them. So I have put together 2 rune builds to show you. I have put together a full luck rune build and then a full luck and speed, which is my favourite. So we're going to start off with the full luck rune build first. So the runes you want to get are Sunblessed. Now, Sunblessed gives you 20% more luck in the sunlight, so you will get 20% more luck during the day. It doesn't matter if you're in a cave, I believe. So even if it's daytime and you're far underground in a cave digging away, then you'll still get 20% more luck. And then the next one you want to use is Abyssal, which is a lot like Sunblessed, but it does the opposite. So you gain 20% more luck during the night. Darkness increases 50% slower. So that darkness increases 50% slower. That's for if you're digging in the abyssal depths. But we're only using this item because of the 20% more luck during the night. So no matter if it's day and night, you will always have 20% more luck. And then the next one you want to use is something called Solitude. Now this one will only work if you are far away from other players or a certain distance away from other players. So the distance you want to be away from players for this to work is about here to that tree. So it's a bit of a distance away you want to be, but that basically counts as 50 studs. Because if we read the description of the item, it says plus 20 luck, so it's very OP. You get plus 20% luck of your current luck, but you lose 10% luck for every other player within 50 studs, which is basically me to that tree. So with this setup right here, you can either get 40% luck during the night or day, because these basically do the same thing, just day and night. So these 3 items are very good to use if you're looking for a full luck rune build. Then next up, you want to use a luck rune called Purity. Now Purity is actually very good. So you get a +1 times luck multiplier, but modifiers can no longer be obtained. So this is if you are not looking for money, for certain type of modifications. Like, this is just a full luck build, and that is the reason I am using Purity, because you gain a lot of luck, which I can show you now. So let's put that on none. I currently have a luck of 13,035. And then when I put on Purity, look at this. Close that, and then look, 16,542. So I gain 3,500 luck from just using Purity. So this is the biggest luck gain you will get from a rune. But it does have a downside, obviously, because you don't get modified items. So if you need something modified, then just change that to something else. So if you are somehow level 40, the same as me, I've only just got this, by the way, but not many people will be, so just use these 4 if you're level 30 or above. But if you're only level 20 to 30, then use Sunblessed, Abyssal and Purity. Or if you're looking for a certain modification, forget Purity. So if you're looking for modifications, use Solitude, Abyssal and Sunblessed. And if you're not looking for modifications, go Purity, Abyssal and Sunblessed if you've only got 3 rune slots. But if you've got 4, use all of these. And then last but not least is your choice. Now, I would probably suggest using like Summit Seeker, because you gain 5% dig speed and shake speed for every +1 bonus walk speed. But we don't have any bonus walk speed because I'm using full luck runes, but I still get a 5% dig and shake speed, so that's kind of still worth using. And then if you're looking for ores, go with Discovery for certain undiscovered ores, because you have a 50% increased chance of finding undiscovered ores. So that means on an exotic or a legendary or a mythic, you will have 50% more chance to get it for the first time. But as soon as you've got it for the first time, you will no longer have that 50%. And then you could also pair it with like critical, which I think is probably the best one to use. You could either use critical 1 or 2. They basically do the same exact thing, because this one gives you digging has a 20% chance to have 2 times strength. So when you're digging to fill your pan, this rune gives you a 20% chance, so 1 in 5 chance every time you fill your pan to do double the strength. So that is very good to pair with a full luck build. And this is the build I would use for full luck. So you have Sunblessed, Abyssal, Solitude, Purity and Critical 1. Now if you're wondering what the difference between Critical 1 and Critical 2 is absolutely nothing. They do the exact same thing, so you still get 20% chance. So you could either use Critical 1 or Critical 2, depending on which ones you have. So with this full luck rune build, I have a luck of 16,542. And then if I take off all of the runes, so we'll just change them to none, you will see how much luck I have then. So I have a total of 11,600. So I am gaining 4,000 luck, 4,000 base luck, just off a full luck rune build. So it is definitely worth using. So now we're going to talk about my favourite rune build in the game. And this is what I think is the best rune build. And this is the speed luck rune build. So let's head into our runes and take a look on what we can use for this. So the first item you want to use, the first rune you want to use, is an item called Summit Seeker. Now, Summit Seeker gives you a 5% dig and shake speed for every +1 bonus walk speed. Now, if you don't understand what this means, so other runes, they give you something called bonus walk speed, so it makes you walk faster in the game, but this item paired with other items gives you an extra 5% dig and shake speed. But some of these runes that I'm about to show you, let's have a look. So you can get something called Speed 1, which gives you a +2 walk speed. So you gain 2 walk speed, so that means, so this will give your Summit Seeker 10% dig and shake speed for you. So you'll be shaking 10% faster if you pair it with Speed 1 rune. So these work hand in hand. And then you might be wondering, how do I get more walk speed? There is another rune called, which one is it again? Mountain Climber. Now this one actually gives you more walk speed than Speed 1. This gives you a total of 3 walk speed. So if I pair Speed 1 and Mountain Climber with Summit Seeker, I now have 25% dig and shake speed. Now that is a lot of shake speed. So my current shake speed, I now gain an extra 25% on top of that. So if you want to pair Speed 1 and Mountain Climber with Summit Seeker, you can. Or if you just want to use one of them, I would suggest getting Mountain Climber if you have it unlocked, because you gain more walk speed than Speed 1. Oh, a natural meteor shower just spawned. So like I said, you want to use Mountain Climber over Speed 1, or if you have enough rune slots, I would use both of them and pair it with Summit Seeker. Now, you won't gain any luck using these items, but you'll gain 25% shake speed, which I think is worth it alone. Same with the dig amount. But if you only have like 3 slots, I would probably go Mountain Climber paired with Summit Seeker, and then paired with like a luck one, like Day or Night luck or Purity, because Purity gives you the most luck in the game for a rune. So if you only have 3 slots, I would go Summit Seeker, Mountain Climber and Purity. But if you are looking for modifiers, I would probably use Solitude, because you do get plus 20% luck no matter if it's day and night. But if you're like digging inside of like a group of people, then I would suggest Sunblessed during the day, and then when it turns night, you can switch to Abyssal. So you'll always gain 20% luck with this build. So this is speed and luck. But if you have 4 rune slots, I would suggest using the 3 and the 2 walk speed, and then pair it with Sunblessed, Abyssal, or Solitude. So basically the same thing, you'll just get extra walk speed, so extra shake speed. Now if you're somehow lucky enough to have 5 rune slots, I would honestly go Sunblessed and Abyssal, because then, no matter if it's day or night, you don't have to keep changing your runes about, so you'll always have 20% more luck. But if you don't mind changing your runes about, then I would just use Sunblessed paired with like Solitude or Purity, depending on if you're looking for modifiers or not. So when it's daytime, use Sunblessed. When it's nighttime, switch over to Abyssal, and there we have the full set. And then if you were looking for modifiers, change Purity to Solitude, and then change Abyssal when it's night, and then when it's day, use Sunblessed. And that is the build. Now, if you're wondering what my personal favourite setup is for the full slots, it's actually this. I think this is the best in my opinion. Now, some other people might have different opinions on which is the best and stuff like that, but I like getting modified items, so that's the reason I don't use Purity, because like I said, this gives you the most luck multiplier in the game. Now, hopefully I've done a good job explaining these builds to you. Now, it was a little bit complicated, so hopefully I didn't complicate it with my words. Hopefully I laid it out pretty simple. Now, I'm sorry I didn't show you the exact best build, because the truth is, there isn't one. It's all about personal opinion. So I tried to explain as much as I could on what the best rune build is, but you kind of have to make it yourself. Now, if you do want to copy mine, then go ahead and copy this. This is the one I use instead of the full look rune build because I generally think it's the best. Like, look how fast I run compared to like other people in the game. I am basically sprinting around. So it makes me get to areas faster. It gives me faster shake speed. I still gain luck. And I do believe it's the best, personally. Now, obviously, there will be people who disagree with that and say, like, you don't want to use walk speed, just use full luck, which I explained in my first rune build. Or if people want to switch between Sunblessed and Abyssal, then use Purity or Solitude. And then if you're looking for a certain mythic or exotic or legendary, then use Discovery as well. So it's all about what you're doing and what to look for, pretty much. But that is your full guide on the new rune builds and what I think is the best rune builds in the game. If I'm going for full luck, I will use the first one. And if I'm going for speed and luck, which I, again, think is the best, I'll use that one. Now that is going to be the end of the rune build video. Now if you liked the video, make sure to leave a like. And if you really enjoyed and I helped you out, make sure to subscribe. And I'll be back shortly. Well, tomorrow actually, because tomorrow is going to be the update. I also should quickly mention, I missed 2 days of recording this week. And that's because I had a lot of real life issues going on. So I had to spend some time sorting that out. But now I am back. And also I am going away on vacation, on holiday, however you want to say it, on Monday. So there won't be any new content after the weekend, but I'll still be releasing videos. I'll pre-record like 2 to 3 videos. I'm not sure how many yet, because I'm going to be honest, I've not actually pre-recorded any yet. I know. I'm kind of waiting for the Halloween update so I can like pre-record some videos in the new area. I think that'd be very cool to release during the week. Now, I do feel like my voice is going a little bit, so I'm going to wrap things up here, but if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. And if you really enjoyed, make sure to subscribe. And I'll be back Friday after my trip when I leave on Monday. But you'll still get a video on Saturday and Sunday. New videos that I'll upload on those days. So I'll see you tomorrow for the Halloween update. Goodbye.